What's up guys, it's TJ from ProPlay Games, bringing you another deck profile. Recently, Sean and I played Waterbox versus Yveltal Zoroark match, and we wanted to showcase the decks that we played. So this is Sean's deck, the Waterbox deck. It was also piloted by a gentleman by the name of Edgar Garcia at the Anaheim Regionals. He did very well with it, and Sean put his own twist into his version of the deck. This deck was also played in our most recent box tournament held by PPG, and a player that played this deck also top 4'd in that deck in that event as well. So definitely got a very nice deck. I can say that from experience as well, having played the deck. It hits very hard and kind of hard to take down with all the healing that it can do, so definitely a really strong choice.
Alright,
Sean's going to go ahead and get into the deck.
So my name's Sean. I play for ProPlay Games, and I played against him here, and we played what was it, Yveltal Zoroark.
Yeah.
A lot of issues. I'm gonna get with the Pokemon first. His deck was very tricky to get around, especially with this deck. A lot of lock abilities. For Pokemon, I played Articuno. I only played one of this. It did pretty well. I missed some coin flips in the feature match. It could have got the double knockout for one of the games. Its first ability, its first attack costs 1 water energy, and it puts Pokemon to sleep. So it's kind of useful for the stall. Its other ability, or its other attack, hits for, what is it, 20, and then you flip 3 coins, and if you get them, it does 40 extra damage. But its Ancient Train ability, if you knock a Pokemon, it actually takes 1 extra prize. So if you manage to get a knockout with this on an EX, it'll take 3 prizes. So it's a pretty dangerous card. I played one Orangaroo. N is a thing. Getting N to 1, breaking into an energy is pretty horrible, so this gets around that a lot. You're actually dropping your hand pretty easily in this deck to utilize Orangaroo. It's nice in here. I played one Shaman. I test played the deck a little bit. I felt like it needed just a little push as far as draw power. It did pretty 1 at 1. I was happy with it at 1. I played one Manaphy. Manaphy basically has an ability where anything with a water energy has free retreat, so that's where his Silent Lab blocked its ability, and I wasn't able to retreat, and it actually hurt me one game pretty bad. So this card's pretty crucial to the deck. Retreating and getting into another Lapras for the attack is pretty huge. I teched one Tauros in here. It's just another GX option. It's something to Ninja Boy into. Maybe your Lapras has a ton of damage, and you can go into this and hit for the rage and snipe something. So it's useful at that. Played one Glaceon. Surprisingly enough, its first attack hits for pretty good. It does 20, and then it does 10 extra for each damage counter on the opposing Pokemon. So if something's got 100 on it, it's actually hitting for 120, which is pretty nice. Its second attack, Crystal Ray, does 70, and it doesn't take any damage from anything from an evolution, which, as we've seen recently, evolutions are pretty powerful now. And then I played the 3 Lapras line. That's your tank of the deck. Its first attack is Collect, draw 3 cards. Second attack, Blizzard Burn, does 160 for 3 energies. It can't attack the following turn, so that's why you have the retreat engine into another Lapras, hit for 160, hit for 160. Its GX attack also does 100 and paralyzes Pokemon, so that's basically the Pokemon. You don't play a whole lot. You will mulligan here and there, but it's no big deal. You're able to get cards and start moving the deck pretty easily. So we'll go to the supporters. I played one Pokemon Center Lady. The healing in the deck is a big thing with the Stadium card I play in here. I played one Hex Maniac for shut off abilities. Maybe shut off Plume if I encounter it, shut off anything that's abilities I don't want out. The Link went to just kind of win the Stadium war out a little bit. I played 3 Stadiums, so this will be the 4th tech in there. Do tech the one Ninja Boy to get in and out of things. Maybe I don't want the Shaman I've just dropped, get into the Manaphy. It was useful. Play one Kukui. It's become pretty staple on a lot of decks. It does 20 plus his 2 to your hand. It's just too good. Played 2 Lysander, 3 N, and 4 Sycamore. So that's pretty standard for your supporter lineup. You can do 3 N, you know, and a Lily if you can fit it in there. You can do 2 N and a Lily. It's just good to have. This is the basic supporter lineup. So. For the stadiums, in the feature match, I was playing one Parallel City. I would just take it out. I would play 3 Rough Seas. Each turn, you can heal 30 from each of your water Pokemon. So that mixed with a Pokemon Center Lady each turn, you know, versus secret back, use it again. Can get damage off your Pokemon pretty easily. Play one Super Rod to get back the energies you may lose. It's pretty heavy energy reliant. Everything pretty much takes 3 or 2 energy to attack. This tech, played by Edgar Garcia on the Lapras, or something else actually, was pretty nice. It's Lucky Helmet. Anything that it gets hit by, you'll actually draw 2 cards from it. So if your opponent attacks you while it's attached to your Lapras, you draw 2 cards, and then you collect for 3 cards and pass, and then they'll hit you again for 2 more. So you've just drawn 5-7 cards in 2 turns. I like the tech. It moves the deck. It digs for things you need. I like that a lot. 2 Floatstone. You want to try and put one on the Lapras in case Manaphy gets ability locked or killed or whatever prize, whatever it may be. You want to have a retreat engine in here. Got 2 Escape Rope. That's part of your retreat engine as well. It's a quick switch from the active to the bench for your opponent and yourself. Played 3 Energy Switch. Sometimes retreating the Lapras into another Lapras that's got 2 energy, and you can energy switch 1 energy over to the active that you just put out. He'll be able to attack that way, so that's a pretty good card as well. Also switches onto things that, if Manaphy's out, you're able to retreat that way. Played 4 Max Elixirs. It's pretty pivotal hitting in this deck. You gotta hit it. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put a water or basic energies, excuse me, on any Pokemon. Any basic Pokemon on your field. Also played staple 4 versus Seeker. That card pretty much explains itself. You need to get your supporters back. 4 Ultra Balls. Dig 4 Pokemon. There's not many in the deck, so you want to get the ones you need out specifically. And those water energies were 12 water energies. Like I said, everything takes 3 to 2 energies to do anything with. Articuno takes 3, Lapras takes 3, Glaceon takes 3, Ronkroo takes 3, so pretty dependent on energies. This is the deck. It's pretty powerful. I think our games basically went to 1 turn down a piece. TJ had game the turn before I had games, both matches that we played, so it was neck and neck. It just came down to who had the knockout next. I don't think I'd really change too much. You can filter things, and you can drop the Lucky Helmets. You can play Fighting Belts on the Lapras. That becomes a huge Pokemon out there with a 170 hit. You can tech different Pokemon maybe. If you don't like the Tauros in here, you can maybe play another water Pokemon. You know, if you want to depend on Manaphy for your retreat, you can try and fit another one in there. Like TJ said, it's done well at Anaheim. I know it's topped LCs around the country. Did well at our event, so definitely a deck recommended to play in this format right now.
Alright guys, well that concludes Sean's deck profile. I just want to shout out Pro Play Games and thank everyone for participating in the event that we had recently and watching our videos and everything. We do appreciate everything. Definitely shout out to Ultra Pro and Pro Play Games. Make sure you guys stay tuned for later on this week. We'll have another feature match coming up. Like we said in the other video, it is going to be Darktina versus Decidueye Vileplume. So make sure you guys check that out. Peace.